Kia ora koutou and welcome to my analysis and review of the last night's 40-12 win Bledisloe Cup test, All Blacks v Australia. And to start off this review, I wasn't surprised. I anticipated a big All Blacks win. I was hoping Australia were going to improve, and they did to some degree, but nonetheless, All Blacks pulled away in the second half. I wasn't surprised. I don't think many people overly were surprised. Still a good contest to watch though, and it is sparking a bit more debate now over whether or not the Bledisloe rivalry is still there. And of course it's there. It's always going to be there. Australia and New Zealand rivalry dates back for many years and it will always continue to go on. It's just that in this current period of time, the All Blacks are just far too dominant. The Wallabies will only win a test these days, one in say every 6 or 7 clashes with New Zealand, which is a shame for the rivalry, but great for New Zealand rugby, great for the All Blacks. But I'm very confident that over the next coming years that rivalry will get more closer and Australia will start to come away with a couple more victories. But nonetheless, last night, brilliant test to watch, great New Zealand team. Australia wanted to work on their line-out and their turnover game more and wanted to capitalise more on turnovers. That was a few of their main goals. Without Israel Folau, that's a huge loss, probably their most standout player. So that already was a kink in their armour, not having their best fullback. Haylett Petty, though, stepped up into the fullback role. Credit to him, had a pretty good game. Maddox, first test start on the wing, usually plays fullback, but played well on the wing. Tough game to have your first test start though against a very strong New Zealand team. Just a couple of key points before I start my player reviews. Australia turned the ball over well. They ticked that box. They turned it over well, but just couldn't capitalise. And Michael Cheika was very frustrated in the press conference how Australia would just keep having one-off runners and just keep running the ball when they had space out wide, but just never capitalise and never went out wide when they had the space. Could be down to a lack of communication and or leadership, but definitely something needs to fix there. Australia also started well. It was a good start to the game, very close. You know, we got the first try. Australia capitalised through Will Guinea, again a good try. So 7-7 for quite a bit, but then Australia just dropped off the pace and the All Blacks turned up. And couple more points. All Blacks haven't hit their peak yet. In my opinion, they still haven't hit their peak, which is a very scary proposition for Argentina and South Africa in the coming month. They haven't hit their peak, and I feel like they will start to really hit their straps in the next couple of weeks, so look out the Pumas and the Springboks. They had a big game plan in Australia last night to shut down Nangi Laumape, because he's such an explosive runner, and he beats defenders, he bumps people off, so he was a big target last night. Unfortunately for Australia, there's a bloke called Beauden Barrett who runs the inside channel, and with them putting all their attention on Laumape, the inside channel was free most often. Beauden Barrett, with his pace and agility, capitalised, and hence the great performance and the 4 tries. So Australia did well to shut down Laumape, but look, you got to be honest, you can't forget about 2-time Player of the Year in the inside channel, Beauden Barrett. So let's get into my player reviews. Everyone scored relatively similar this week. It was a pretty good game across all bases last night. So everyone got same scores except for a couple that just got quite higher for just some brilliant stuff. So Geordie Barrett, first game of the Rugby Championship, back into fullback. 149 metres, which is huge. 13 runs. Only had to make 1 tackle, which your fullback only having to make 1 tackle sort of shows how Australia, how many times they broke the line, not that many. But credit to Geordie Barrett, felt comfortable, kicking game was pretty good, I give him a 7. Ben Smith, classed as one of the best fullbacks in the world, and I think is probably one of the best wingers in the world as well, when he steps into the wing jersey. 14 runs, 93 metres, 2 try assists, brilliant aerial skills under the high ball as well, as expected. Always shrugs off the first tackler. Ben Smith, very good game again last night. Made his tackles, was real niggly at breakdown time when required, so I give him an 8. Jack Goodhue, another big game for Goodhue. Only made 2 tackles last night from 5 attempts. So he missed 3, but you can forgive him for that. 19 runs, 45 metres. he just fits in. He looks like he's in place. He doesn't get lost. And for a kid that's only had basically 3 tests, he seems very mature in that 13 jersey. And I really like to see him in that 13 jersey. When Sonny Bill and Crotty are both back fit, it will be a very niggly selection process for the All Blacks, because it will be very hard to overlook Goodhue on his current form. So Jack Goodhue, a 7. Nangilao Mape did well, considering he was targeted the whole night by Australia. Didn't miss a tackle, which was awesome from your second 5. 16 runs, a brilliant try assist as well. For a bloke that was only named in his injury cover, he is really forcing Steve Hanson's arm in the selection process. Hope to see him get some more game time as well. Waisaki Naholo, good game from Naholo, made 10 runs. Very potent on attack as expected. I mean, without the likes of Rieko Ioane's pace and his strength, Naholo stepped up as well. And he was very solid without being overly flashy. Didn't have to score a try to have a good game. I give Naholo an 8 out of 10. Beauden Barrett, 30 points. That's all you have to say. 30 points. 6 tackles, 4 tries, 147 metres, 18 runs. Blistering game. He only missed the 1 conversion. Great game, Beauden Barrett. Really silenced the haters last night. Yes, the talk about Richie Mo'unga is still in there, but boy, you cannot overlook this man at the moment, and he just absolutely proved himself last night, Beauden Barrett, and really led the backline well. His communication and his leadership is really evolving, and I really admire that from Beauden Barrett. He had a great game. I'm going to give him a 9.5. Aaron Smith, 4 try assists for Aaron Smith last night, so he was on the ball, he was on the money. 6 from 8 tackles, played a good 62-minute game. Classic Aaron Smith outing, great passing of the ball. I give Aaron Smith a 7.5. Kieran Reid topped the tackle count last night for New Zealand, a blistering 21 tackles, 9 carries. He got quite a few turnovers. He was potent on line-out defence as well. He carried strong, not for a lot of metres, but still managed to get over the advantage line and was able to lift the Bledisloe yet again. So Kieran Reid, I give you a 7. Sam Cane unfortunately went off in the 52nd minute with concussion. In those 52 minutes, though, look, he made 10 tackles, but that knee that he injured earlier in the week sort of seemed to have hampered his pace a bit. I feel he was marginal to even play the test, and they did give him the start. But to be honest, I think that knee was bothering him, and I think it was visible. So All Blacks have a week off now, and hopefully his concussion is good, and they can just look at that knee and sort that out. So just a 6 out of 10. Liam Squire had a pretty good game last night for 55 minutes, made 11 tackles. Brilliant try, great support running off the Brodie Retallick ball. Good to see him get a meat pie under the post, to be honest. But yeah, nonetheless, good game. His presence was felt on the field. He was very physical at breakdown time, got some turnovers, so I give Liam Squire a 7 out of 10. Sam Whitelock, 14 tackles last night, 7 carries. Didn't really make any metres, but, was used as a battering ram. Unfortunately, he was sort of overshadowed a bit by Brodie Retallick, who had a brilliant game. Nonetheless, though, Sam Whitelock, pretty solid, pretty reliable, 6.5. Brodie Retallick, 11 tackles, 13 carries, 1 try assist, and a steal at the line-out time. A real workhorse. Really backed up from his amazing game last week. He's just everywhere at the moment, Brodie Retallick. He's making tackles, he's getting up out of the line, he's really leading that Type 5 group well. His leadership with Sam Whitelock is amazing. Definitely going into a very mature and a great player, and I give him an 8.5. Owen Franks, congratulations on your 100th cap. There was a lot of good chat in the media this week about Franks getting his first test try or even a kick at goal, but didn't prevail. Solid 51 minutes, 11 from 11 tackles, so very good. Scrummed really well. Owen Franks, 4 carries. So congratulations on your 100th game, and I give you a 7 out of 10. Cody Taylor, 55 minutes, 6 tackles, 5 carries. Got a couple of good runs, which we haven't seen for a while from Cody Taylor, but we need to see more of because he is very agile for a hooker. But very good game. 7 out of 10. Joe Moody, 55 minutes for him last night. 8 tackles. Great try to bulldoze through the Australian defence over the line. Scrummed really well and is just consistently playing pretty well these days. So a 7.5 for him. Quick rundown of the bench. Nathan Harris, 25 minutes, 4 tackles. Couldn't really score him, but, you know, came on, did his work. Same with the 2 props, Ofa Tuingawhasi and Karl Tuinukuafi. Came on, got about 25 minutes each. Scrummed well and really good in defence. It's really hard to get past those 2 blokes, actually, Tuinukuafi and Tuinukuafi. So, yeah, presence felt on defence. So, for them, I give them about both a 7 for their time on the field. Scott Barrett, 25 minutes, made 4 tackles. Didn't really have any runs, so can't really mark him. TJ Perenara, 18 minutes on for Aaron Smith. Passed well, but wasn't able to have any runs. Damien McKenzie only got 14 minutes, but in that time made 3 runs as per usual. Bet defenders and made a line break. Wasn't able to score him in only 14 minutes, but he made an impact. And Anton Leonard-Brown, 18 minutes, didn't miss a tackle, made 5 tackles. Still can't really rate him off 18 minutes, but yeah, felt comfortable and added to the momentum of the All Blacks. So that are my player reviews. Couple of last key points I'd like to mention. Argentina won this morning 32-19 over the Springboks. Congratulations, Argentina. They played a brilliant game as well. South Africa had their first string team as well, and they were taken to. So All Blacks will really look at that footage and look how the Pumas got over the advantage line and look to match that in 2 weeks. The New Zealand women, 45-17 over the Wallaroos. Brilliant game by the women. They were amazing, and I would do a review just for them if I could. They were outstanding. The only thing that disappoints me is the crowd attendance. New Zealand women's rugby is impeccable, and I don't think enough people appreciate it. You really should, if you haven't seen the highlights or even the game, watch it please. Appreciate the women's, support them. They are so good, and they're just a brilliant team, and they play great footy. All in all, that has been my player review and video. Thank you heaps for watching. Please drop me some feedback, and I'll see you in 2 weeks for when the All Blacks take on Argentina. Thank you.